Hey, it's Beth here, episode 548. Okay, it's the New York Times, it's the news Hound, but they're going to get really bad, so I may not be able to do this all summer because all the cool people, the people in New York who work at the Times or other cool jobs, have to take a month off to go to the Hamptons. Whether they can afford it or not, they have to act like that's what they've done. In Hollywood, they do the same thing. And they take off practically the whole month of December. So this time of year and Christmas, holiday season, all bad. But it's a pretty good week. Okay, but I did get this. Now I had to get this from the Wall Street Journal. But there's a national rollator run in Amsterdam. And it's for people who have walkers. And I'm telling you what, these women are fighting it out. They really are. They are running to the end zone with their walkers, and their walkers are they're in the front, they've got a little basket, and they are just desperate to win. So I hope that doesn't come here because it really looks bad, and there's got to be another way to have fun. But big thing in Amsterdam is Amsterdam. Don't they do drugs there? Anyway, okay, Harry Hamlin again. He's a headliner in the paper. Okay, so he talks about how his grandfather was a lawyer in Buffalo, and that was during Prohibition. So what he did was he moved to Canada where you could drink because he didn't want to, he enjoyed alcohol, but he didn't want to break the law. So he moved his whole family to Canada so he could drink. I wonder what his wife was thinking while she was backing up the house so he could move to Canada so he could drink. Whoa. I imagine things didn't go swimmingly after that. But of course, Harry doesn't know anything about it. That's just women. I look at some of these things women have done, and I just marvel at the fact that those men lived a long, happy life. Okay, so then he moved to this house. He bought this house in the country, and it was Bonnie Raitt's house. And when she was a little girl, she was raised there by John Raitt, who was a Broadway star. And Bonnie is, of course, that great singer. There was a bench on the property that Bonnie and her father, John, would sit on. And Bonnie said to him, whatever you do, never have children in this house. He bought it before he married. Because until you're 16 and you have a driver's license, you're stuck here. She motioned towards the bench, and she said, I would sit here and play my guitar and cry for hours all afternoon. She said it was really horrible. And Harry said to her, well, Bonnie, it kind of worked out for you. So then the other thing that he said was, he's amazing. I mean, he says he's really sorry he's leading man material. The guy he's 72. He still thinks his wife, Lisa Rinna, whatever her name is, must be so good that he still thinks he's a leading man. So that must be a really happy marriage. But he said that his backup plan was rock stardom. Can you believe the ego? I mean, and it probably would have worked. Wow. I mean, some people are just born with this ultra belief in themselves and that they're going to make it. And that's why they probably do. Okay, now this is a warning to all of you out there who are grandmothers and you have a daughter and your daughter had a daughter, or your son had a daughter and your daughter-in-law really likes you. The high school prom has gotten completely out of control, mostly due to the fact that there was COVID. And COVID meant that those kids were home all year on their phones, texting. The only big thing that happened during the whole year on a date level was the prom. So picking out the dress, they talked to each other constantly on the phone, picking out the dress, ordering dresses online, returning them, ordering them, returning them, getting them tailored so they fit you perfectly. And then the parties. So this girl, there's a party before the party with your girlfriends. And you have to bring your dress, put your dress on, and then go back to your house and wait for your date. So your mom's in the car, waiting in the car, okay? This father in this story couldn't understand the whole thing. The girl broke down immediately. She'd been up for days about this whole thing. So the evening goes like this. The picture's at the house with the boyfriend, giving her the corsage. Oh, I'll never say that right. The picture's at the house with the parents. The picture's in the park with 20 or 30 of her closest friends. The dinner with 12 friends at a restaurant in town. The actual prom. The post-prom pre-party where you change out of your formal wear and into jean shorts. Must be jean shorts. The post-prom party where you gawk at some rich friend's barn full of ping pong tables and high-end stainless steel appliances. The post-prom post-party where you hide in the woods behind said barn because the cops are interrogating teenagers in the driveway. The Uber to the kids' house where you'll spend the night separated by gender into different rooms because everyone is pretending that you're a high-maintenance good girl. Okay, the girls are exhausted by the time they get to the first party because they've been up all night because everything has to be perfect. This is just too much. Okay, so then they go on. These parents are so sorry that their kids went through the pandemic, that they're Uber helicopter parents. I thought things were going to lighten up, but they got worse. They never say no to their kid because their kid mooned and watched their older sister not go to the prom, watched everything fall apart. And here she has a chance at life. And the older sister is like, let her have it. I didn't have it. So these kids, even when those tall babies make plans, okay, so when they make these absurd and excessive plans that make no sense, we have to help them make it nice. If they do remember this night, to remember, those memories must be nice because there are pictures and videos of every single second. And that's what's happened. So I thought that maybe without the prom, they would talk to each other and just visit in somebody's backyard. But no, the prom has become like weddings. Like there are prom planners. Oh my gosh, so stressful. Brooke Shields wrote this article on aging and empowerment. And she says nothing about aging and empowerment. All she talks about is her new product for her hair, which is thinning. And she didn't, okay, this is what I found interesting, and I'm not judging. But her mother, who she had kind of a complicated relationship with because she was a famed stage mother. Okay, put her little girl at 12 in Pretty Baby, which was that Louis Malle movie about a 12-year-old prostitute in New Orleans. Okay, her mother did that. I don't understand all the inner workings of any of this. But this is what Brooke does. Okay, she did not, okay, so the woman who's interviewing her at her house, which is very beautiful, did not expect to find Terry Shields, that's the mother, famed stage mother, at her daughter's house in the West Village, Manhattan apartment. But there she was, blending into a marble-topped bar in the living room. Her ashes urn was there. Among liquor bottles and barware sat Terry's urn. Mrs. Shields, okay, so Miss Shields, Brooke Shields, lifted the lid to show me the ashes. I don't think I would appreciate that if I were Terry. I really don't. But she looked and saw the ashes, and Brooke said, closest to the things that she liked the most. The mother died in 2012 at 79. So Brooke says, the two things that she loved the most were booze and me. I think that's a little cold, but I'm not judging because I did not get raised by her or any of it. So the other thing is she is really happy now because people look at her beyond her beauty. Okay, I think they were probably doing that 10 years ago, but I'm not going to say anything. All right. And now she's got this hair product, but she doesn't talk about empowering. She talks about her kids going to college, which is very hard. And she's talking about her itchy scalp and her hair follicles. And the name of her company is called Commence, which is a pretty cool name for a company. But she doesn't talk about how she's empowered. Oh, she's empowered because she's Brooke Shields. And she has this name. And she says anybody will answer the phone if I call them. And that's how I started my hair company. She said she sold products for everyone else in the world but herself. And now she's selling products for herself. So Brooke Shields is talking about aging and empowerment for a rich, successful, very famous person and how they cope. Okay? This isn't like what I thought it would be. It's like, yeah, if I was Brooke Shields, I'd figure it out too. Wow. So that's that. Then there's this restaurant that I never even heard of on Steak Row in New York, which I think I heard of. And it was called Pietro's. Okay. But the interesting thing is, and this really makes me furious because Ruth Reichel, this woman who did Gourmet Magazine, and she's really a great restaurant critic. Like she has my taste buds. I know it because I've done some of the things, the recipes she said were great. I used to live and die by that magazine. She's written books. She's fantastic. She said in the New York Times that it was the single best steak she has ever had. I'm like, what? So the restaurant might be coming back, but nobody wants them to use any other bar stools or clean it up. The place has been around forever. The Rat Pack used to go there. Everyone used to go there. And I never heard of it. I could have saved up and had the best steak I ever had in my whole life. And I never, this is inside stuff. And I used to read Ruth and I never read her say that. I would have definitely had that steak. Now it's too late. Okay, now here's a beauty tip that I would have put in my magazine. And I might because I'm going to buy this product and check it out. Okay, it sounds crazy. It does. It's from Vermont, which I like to give people in Vermont money because they really do make stuff. And they really do have little factories in Vermont where people live around the factory. It's like 1948. It's fabulous. So this little tiny company is called Big Bag Balm. And it was made, now don't get upset, it was made to soothe cow udders, moo, udders, but bunches of them. They have bunches of them. They get kind of raw and, flaky. This is made out of Vaseline and lanolin, which are my two favorites. So it's got to be great. And young people, they call it slugging. They're doing what I'm doing. I put Vaseline on my face at night. I used to do it when I had shingles to keep the skin from cracking. I kind of still do it. Kid hates it. When he comes over to say goodnight to me, he slides off me if I have this stuff on. Now he doesn't even come close to me. When I look lubed, I look terrible. I look like a cow udder, actually. My whole body is quivering and slimy and shiny. I try not to put this stuff on until the lights go out. Just a little layer of Vaseline on like places that are cracking, like around your mouth and stuff. But young people are doing it, and I'm thinking this is probably why young couples aren't having sex anymore. If you're slugging, even the word slugging, have you ever looked at a slug? This is not attractive. And they're really putting a layer on. And so your pillow, everything. I put a thin, like a tiny bit. These girls are slugging. And that's what they're doing. And they love this product. And they have perfect skin. I don't even know what they're complaining about. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to buy it. It's called Bag Balm. If it's better, then, I've got the heel cream from New Zealand. That was it's at the grocery store. No big deal. That is a heel cream, cracked heel cream. I put it on my face because I figure that's what's happening. It looks a lot like cracked heels. This is a combination of Vaseline and lanolin, which is what is in the New Zealand product, although I really hate it because that is sticky. And I guess your heels don't mind, but it's kind of weird when it's on your cheek. So bag balm might be the perfect answer. The perfect answer. And I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to try it out. And it's made in Lyndonville, Vermont, which is probably a cute little factory town. They have a little factory there. I love factories. I love people who work in factories, constantly making a product that people are buying. That kind of a life makes sense to me. I don't understand people on the internet and there's no product and I don't understand what's happening. This is a factory town. I'm going to see if this product works. If it does, I'm going to tell you. So give me a month. I'm going to see if it can work on like I've got a cracked heel on the side of my mouth, on the left side. I'm going to see if it'll work better than anything I've got. So that's all I've got this month. Not very good. Harry Hamlin is doing great. Brooke Shields is doing great. Why are we taking advice from people who are rich and famous and fabulous looking? Why can't they put in the paper some real person who figured something out in our age group? A nobody who came up with an answer. That would be amazing. So, everybody knows it's like 6 degrees of separation. Everybody knows somebody famous and it's 2 degrees. And then they have an uncle who's a banker. I'm like, oh, but anyway, I will try the bag bomb. What a terrible name for something. It's as bad as slugging. Who are these people? But that's what I've got. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm kind of sane because I slept through the night last night on Tylenol PM, but I don't care. Closed my eyes, and the next thing that happened is I opened my eyes and it was daylight. Oh my God. I dreamed. I feel sane. It's lack of sleep that is killing me. It was just, I feel like 20 years younger. I still look 20 years older. That doesn't even bother me. That's how great I feel. Just totally sane. I must have worked out all my problems in my dreams. So, I wish I could figure out a normal way to get a good night's sleep without Tylenol PM. Because I can't take it every night because it doesn't work. I can only take it every 3 nights. So then I suffer 2 nights and then I get a good night's sleep. 1 day out of 3 is great. I think that's probably good. So I'll take it, but today is one of those days. And that's why I'm doing a podcast, because I have energy. And it's like 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the morning. And I feel like the birds are singing and I'm happy. This is usually when I'm awake, when I wake up in a bad mood like tomorrow. So it's a good day. It's a good day. I'm going to stay sane and I will be back.
They fly so high, nearly reach the sky.